In today's video, we're going to be briefly going over the upcoming pattern with you guys as we continue to see colder air being suggested from the models and multiple snowfall opportunities. We do have a deeper south snowstorm once again happening for tomorrow across states like West Virginia, Virginia, and North Carolina. We do have multiple clipper systems happening at the same time. And then we do have another potential coastal system to watch for the upcoming weekend. Not this current one, but the next one that we're going to see on the models today as well. So let's just go over things. And as we just advance towards tonight, I want to kind of give you guys the building blocks to our current snow system. And obviously there's a lot of cold air hanging out over a lot of the central and eastern states, and we can see a lot of southern energy. There's actually a couple instances where we have this southern energy coming through, and we're going to see this one kind of ride along that jet stream, and we're going to see this part sort of infuse itself. So let's see what's happening for this daytime snow system. Super interesting, especially for early December. And what we see happening is that by the time we're reaching 1 p.m. here tomorrow on Monday the 8th, we have snowfall occurring for a lot of West Virginia, and North Carolina. The system keeps trending later and later, which is going to bode well for snowfall, especially the further east you are. If this was happening at night, we would see a lot more areas seeing snowfall. And as we keep going later on into the afternoon, we do see my neck of the woods in there. I am hopeful, guys. I've got my fingers crossed. I'm a little bit nervous. I feel like it's going to be daytime, early December, so I'm kind of on the fence if I think that, we're gonna get snowfall here or not, at least that accumulates. I will keep you guys up to date with that, of course, but we see northeast North Carolina, southeastern Virginia getting snowfall by 7 p.m. tomorrow on Monday, December 8th, which would just be so awesome, to me at least. We see that one come to an end. It's generally a 1 to 3 inch snowstorm with maybe a bullseye of 3 to 6 inches, especially for areas further inland. So more of a minor snow system once again, just like the previous one. And for Tuesday, here on the 9th, we do see our next snow system taking shape, a clipper system here across a lot of the plains and Midwest. And I guess I should have mentioned this, but in our Discord server, I know we keep doing contests, but we really do. We keep doing these like every couple of days. We do have one going on for this snowstorm down here that we just got past, and we're going to be doing one for up here for our wintertime total snowfall contest. It all adds up towards that. So be sure to join today for our awesome community, but also those contests. And as we just keep going, we can see that we have in the upper Midwest, in the Great Lakes, heavier snowfall occurring between Tuesday and Wednesday here. This is 4 a.m. on Wednesday Eastern at least, and we have a heavy hitter. So again, we're going to have a contest for this one as well for sure. And into the Northeast, we do see especially some high elevation and interior snowfall happening up here by the time we're reaching Wednesday, just a few days from now. And as we keep going, we can see that we're still cold. We get another minor clipper trying to take place, but believe me, some of these models don't think it's going to be so minor. We see what looks like maybe another snow system pretty similar to the previous two that we've seen down here. A little weaker in this instance, but they've been kind of trending weaker, and then what happens is like last minute they start to be a little bit more amped, and that's why we go from snow showers to a few inches of snowfall with these. It doesn't mean that's going to happen with that one, but time will tell, of course. We do get another interesting clipper kind of moving through the whole trough here, and we do see this one end up offshore here, and this could lead to a minor to moderate snow system, especially in areas like eastern Pennsylvania, New Jersey, southern New York, southern New England area. Could be a minor system down there. Time will tell what ends up happening with that, and again, the trend has been our friend. It has been trending more intense with a lot of these. We do get a bit milder for the 16th, 17th, 18th. It's not crazy until we get to like this point, where we have a low over the Great Lakes, clearly a warm front up to the east and a cold front rolling through. We do get a quick surge of very warm air up the east. It's been a while since I could say that. And that's for the 18th here on Thursday. Still beyond 10 days, so take it with a grain of salt, but we can see instantly a very intense Arctic blast comes through. 979 millibar low pressure center up there over eastern Canada. This does bring some Great Lakes and eastern Canada snowfall. And then we return to this ridge in the west, trough in the east pattern. And this kind of brings me to a great point. Even when we're in these really largely cold patterns, there's going to be little warm-ups in there, and that's an instance of it where, overall we're looking at a 15-day period. It looks like 12 or 13 of those days are going to be below normal, but there's just these little dips that we see in the pattern where we do actually see some warm-ups. And here comes another one, like a brief little warm-up as there's a low off to the west. So again, you get more of a warm front, cold front dynamic with this, and that does tend to pull up a little bit of warm air up the coast. But as you can see, that brings with it another cold front that we end up seeing colder air into the east once more. Now the GFS model, well, that's the total snowfall for the upcoming system. I was sending that to a friend in the Discord server, actually. Let me go back here. It's like a perfect advertisement. I swear that was unintentional. But as we keep going, we can see this one also shows, again, West Virginia, Eastern Kentucky, Virginia, North Carolina getting some snowfall. A little snowier on this one than the European model, I would say. This is by 4 p.m. and we're all snow up to southeastern Virginia, right to the southeastern tip of Virginia Beach. So basically, you're seeing all of Virginia getting some sort of flakes flying from this one. Even up there in Winchester and very far northern Virginia, you're probably seeing some flakes tomorrow afternoon. The further south you go, the more and more there is. Kind of unusual. That major clipper system is very similar here. 980s over the Great Lakes, very intense. We do see again that eastern kind of up, I would say higher elevation snowfall mostly, but also interior. And then we get this Friday system building up. We get the cold air, and the biggest thing here is that this northern piece of energy that we see moving down the plains is much more intense on this GFS model. We can kind of see a lot of southern energy just kind of sitting right here. This is for Saturday afternoon, so it hits a little bit later as the cold's more developed. And all of that energy comes together perfectly. We get a coastal low going. And we get a little bit more of an intense snow system for northeastern North Carolina, eastern Virginia, up the Delmarva. And I feel like with this look on the GFS model, within 10 days, I think this is 7 days out, so it is the medium range. Maybe even the longer portion of the medium range, but this definitely has some potential to pull up a little bit more and bring that heavier snowfall along the Mid-Atlantic and along New England coastline there. This is a little bit reminiscent of some of those bigger East Coast, very coastal snow systems. It just doesn't have the pull up the coast as of right now. It almost does. We see it pulling northward just a little bit too far off to the east, and that heavy snowfall's offshore. You can imagine if everything moved back northwest just 100 or 200 miles, which for 7-8 days out isn't that crazy, you would be seeing heavy snowfall here instead of out in the ocean. So the potential is there. We stay colder even for the 16th, 17th, 18th. We do get milder here like the European model shows for a little bit. And then we start to see some troughing action move back down towards the end of the model run as we're approaching Christmas. Now, total precipitation-wise, still really elevated for the Northwest here. There is a decent amount of precipitation moving up the eastern states and offshore of the eastern states here. That's just kind of part of the model run as a whole. Looking at the anomalies, you can see this doesn't lead to above average precipitation for everybody, but there is storm systems moving through here, so it's not really that bad. Total snowfall on the European model is a little bit lackluster. I mean, we do see the Northwest and Rockies seeing a lot. Also, the upper Midwest, Great Lakes, interior Northeast here seeing a lot. And again, we do get some of this southern action happening on a couple of occasions. But for a lot of the Midwest, Ohio Valley, Mid-Atlantic, especially the heart of the Mid-Atlantic, I know a lot of you would love to see more than this. And I think it's early December, guys. I mean, I think this is going to improve. The GFS model is a little bit more optimistic. Really weird what we've been seeing from some of these models out west. This is like September snowfall maps for the West. This is just really underwhelming. I almost want to say there's like a glitch going on, but I can't confirm that or something. But, I mean, the Sierra Nevada mountain seeing 0 snowfall just seems really unbelievable to me. We do see the plains, Midwest, a lot of the Ohio Valley, and the deeper south in the Mid-Atlantic, as well as the northern areas of the Southeast, do really well here with 2 snow systems. But I know this is just terrible to see for you guys out there, but the areas that have just been struggling the last few years just continue to get looks like this. I mean, eastern Pennsylvania, almost nothing, northern New Jersey into southern New England. This is the exact area that has just lacked for the snow the most over the last few years, and I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. Now, looking at the temperatures, I guess I don't really have anything to say about that. I think it's going to turn around because there's nothing that's really causing that to happen other than chance. Based on the patterns that we found ourselves in, it's just unfavorable for those areas. And it seems like it's favorable south and north of you, and west and east in some instances, with offshore snow happening. It's highly crazy. The only saving grace here is it's December 7th today. Usually we're not even talking about snow until we're approaching Christmas, so we're weeks ahead of schedule right now, so it's not time to throw in the towel or panic or anything, but it is annoying, I'm sure, for those of you living up there. The cold temperatures, I mean, they're going to continue on the European model. We see 2, 3 Arctic blasts, 4, here's the 4th one happening around the 13th, 14th, again, about a week from now. And then it's after that we start to see these little glimpses of warmer air moving in. Just like this one again, but there's an Arctic blast right behind it. We stay warmer out west. We do warm up in the east again, but we continue to see more cold air moving in afterwards and warmer air staying in the west. So this is not a huge pattern change at all. This is just moving us towards something that's a little bit more back and forth, but it still mostly favors cold in the east, according to this model right now. And anything that changes from the seriously, historically cold pattern that we're in right now, any change away from that is happening beyond a week out, so there is reason to take it with a bit of a grain of salt for now. The GFS model, we're colder, multiple Arctic blasts, very major ones, continuously. And then we do sort of get milder back and forth here, starting at the 18th, 19th, 20th. So perhaps there is some agreement here. It's going to be something that we just need to watch moving forward. Now, with all that being said, be sure to subscribe. We upload every single day. You can even hit the bell icon for daily notifications when we upload, so you never miss one. Be sure to like the video if you did enjoy it. Leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video.